to the business show, and today I've got Bruce Brodie from Pacific Group with me. How are you, Bruce?
I'm well, thanks, Michael.
Bruce, we were having a chat, and the reason I asked Bruce to come on the show was we hear a lot about cloud computing and the power of it, but a lot of people would say, well, that's just restricted for the big players, and yet Pacific Group is going, no, we can actually make it actually very accessible and help the smaller business owners reduce their base cost by getting access to this. That's what Pacific Group is generally about.
That's right, Michael. The Pacific Group has been around since 1985, been well established, but in the last probably 2 years there's been a real change in technology associated with cloud technology, which enabled a lot of processes that weren't available to small businesses, were really just confined to the big end of town, made available more to small businesses. And the services that we provide, payroll, HR,
and new accounting
and bookkeeping, now all those services are available to the small end of town.
Yeah. How did you get involved with Pacific Group? What attracted you to the actual group?
I'd been a business owner for a number of years, and I'd experienced the challenges of running my own business, and the opportunity to bring processes that would have helped me in my business to other small businesses was quite attractive. A lot of small business people have challenges with maintaining and managing their payroll and bookkeeping, and the services that the Pacific Group can provide take those processes outside the business, and we can manage those processes for them, for the business people.
I think what gets exciting, and we hear a lot of times in business, they say make more profit, make more profit. And any good accountant will say, yeah, you can do that, but also if you can reduce your base costs,
yes,
that is actually just putting more profit in your pocket anyway.
That's right.
I think my grandmother used to say, a penny saved is a penny earned.
Yes. Well, it can be quite significant, particularly in payroll. We've had clients that have been able to save tens of thousands of dollars just by looking after their payroll. And the other thing is, with payroll, compliance is becoming quite a significant issue.
And if you get it wrong,
the
penalties are
quite huge. And there's been a lot of companies that have been caught up by the Fair Work Authority that have been breaching those, and it's quite bad publicity.
Well, I can vouch for that. We were in Perth for our overseas viewers. We were in Perth, Western Australia. And I know there's a certain company down in a little country town, Bunbury, south of Perth here. Very small, only had 3 or 4 employees. And in walked Fair Work. And, the company ended up having to shut down because the penalties were so large.
Yes.
They didn't have the money. It was just silly. It
yes.
was like Fair Work. It was just, I know they've got to protect the workers and they can do this.
Yes.
But that got it wrong, and they said, well, you should have got a professional to help.
That's right. Ignorance is no defence in the court of law about these things. All this is available in the public domain. One of the things that we can offer our clients is that we can give a written guarantee that the payroll that we process will be paid according to the employer's award or EBA, because we've got smart software that will process that for us.
What gets me is it's so cost effective for people, and you've had clients now, we're talking a little bit off air about this, as little as 2 people in the business, and they're going, look, for safety's sake, for cost savings sake, it's become, this cloud computing has just made it so accessible. I just want to make the point down to 2 people, and it's still accessible and still very cost effective.
Yeah, people don't want to be bothered by having to worry about their payroll, even for a small business like that. Right up to multinational companies, they outsource their payroll. It's just a common trend that is progressing through the industry at the moment, and we're taking advantage of that.
And it's the same with HR, isn't it? Before we talked HR, and it used to be the big companies all would have a HR and stuff like that. But now, because of this and with Pacific Group, you actually can help people with their HR as well.
That's right. HR is very important, even for a small business. People, the management of people can be is very expensive. People are an expensive asset, but we need to try and turn them from an expense over to a valuable asset for the company.
Yeah.
And just from hiring of people is very expensive. That's where we can come in and make sure that we're hiring the right person for that business. We go in and get a feel for what sort of business that is. What's the right person? What's the right person to fit in with this group of people? So we spend a lot of time up front in the business, getting to know the business owner before we carry out our process.
Yeah, because I know if you get recruiting wrong, it can be very cost effective. And yet every business owner I have spoken to will say our greatest asset is our people.
Correct.
And most small business owners will say, look, we're like family around here, the people are really important. So having someone who can actually get the right person to join them is incredible. I think one of the common topics, and it's coming even more to the forefront now with small business owners, is the accounting and the bookkeeping.
Yes.
And this can be, I don't know about what your experience is, but I've been in business for a long time myself, and a lot of business owners are very good at what they do, but they're not accountants.
Yes,
they're
that's
not
right.
bookkeepers,
No.
and they go, I've got to sit up all Sunday or all weekend.
That's right. Yes, they don't go. You don't go into business to look after your books or all these sort of things. It's an unnecessary burden, and we can take that burden away. But that's another area that we try to do really well, in that we bring our accountants on site, make sure that we're quite familiar and understand how the business works, make sure all our chart of accounts are set up properly, so all the allocation of money in and out is done, so that rather than just having this maze of money coming in, we can make sense of it in a practical, operational sort of sense, not just for a tax reason. So people have real good decision-making tools at the hand for growth and expansion.
And that's what I like what Pacific Group does there. That was one of the things that attracted me, was the fact that it's normally accounting is historical. You wait to the end of the tax year, you get it done, you go, thanks very much, I got to pay some more, which is terrible, or I get some back, which is great.
Yeah.
But Pacific Group's going, hold on, you have to make decisions in your business. You have to know your equipment you're going to buy, people you're going to employ, the hours, your pricing models, and the way you're running your accounts by it being in real time because of cloud. We can actually now use it to help us make better business decisions.
That's right. If you're sailing on a tack that is not in a positive growth area, unless you are aware of that direction you're taking, you can't change it into a more better direction. This is the direction we want to go to, and it's looking at your figures, your accounts, that allows you to make that decision. This is the direction we want to go in.
Yeah.
People haven't got. A lot of people just are so consumed in running their business they don't have that time to look at what direction they're going.
No, I know you hear a lot of small business owners talking about the bookkeeping, and it tends to be, I don't know about, well, I'm guilty. It's one of the things you're going to go, oh, I'll do it after hours, or I might do it on a Sunday, or I'll do it on an early Saturday morning. And it just seems to be the afterthought. But with compliance, once again, and bookkeeping, if it's up to date and professionally done, that can be really helpful to your business as well.
Correct. That's right. Yes. The last thing you want is ATO coming in to check on what happened 7 years ago or 5 years ago. Unless your books are all really up to date, tight, accessible, it can be a real problem, and that's where we like to take that burden completely away from people.
If we're summarising Pacific Group, that's basically what you do in the areas of HR, the areas of accounting and bookkeeping, and the areas of payroll. You take the burden away from the small business owner.
It is a complete service where we start right from the beginning and go right to the end, and we take full responsibility for that service, so that the business owner does not need to worry or be concerned about that whatsoever. They've still got access to all those services. Being through the cloud, they can access all that technology themselves, but the responsibility is taken over by ourselves, and we take that responsibility very seriously.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for joining me on the show. I'd be remiss if I didn't. There's probably people saying, well, how do I contact you? What's the best way of contacting you, Bruce?
My mobile phone number is 0466 156 237, or the website is Pacific Group, bpo.com, or my email address is bruce.brodie, BRODIE, at pacificgroup.com.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Bruce is the Business Development Manager here in Perth, Western Australia. So if you've got a question, please feel free to contact you and you can answer all their inquiries.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.